Tonight on Texas News Primetime.
Tens of thousands protest the Trump administration in Austin as part of the National No Kings Day. More on what these protests sought to accomplish.
University announces a review of its core curriculum. Who's behind the move and what courses they'll be looking at.
A federal judge blocked parts of Texas Campus Protection Act. What this means for UT students.
Canva Pro is now available free of cost to UT students. How you can access the new resource coming up.
And a celebration of the 5 senses at the Texas Natural Science and History Museum. All the fun from Fest of the Senses last Friday.
This is Texas News Primetime.
News made for Longhorns.
Good evening. For Monday, October 20th, I'm McKenna Valentine.
And I'm Daniel Davila. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Tens of thousands gathered in Austin on Saturday, taking a stand against President Donald Trump and his administration. Protesters gathered at the state capitol before marching to Auditorium Shores. TSTV News' Joseph Sweeney brings us more on what this rally meant for the UT and Austin communities.
No hero is coming to save us. We are going to save ourselves.
Protesters gathered in Austin on Saturday to rally against President Donald Trump and his administration.
This is what democracy looks like!
The governor was making a lot of loud noises, but it was a beautiful crowd. People were friendly, people were chill.
While no arrests were made, eyes were set on Austin following outcries from Trump and Governor Greg Abbott. Trump attacked a motion by City Council that would have waived more than $100,000 in organizing fees, while Abbott deployed members of the National Guard to the state's capital.
This is what democracy looks like!
But action from Trump and Abbott hasn't stopped protesters from arriving in full force. At Auditorium Shores behind me, hundreds of protesters gather, all carrying one message.
It's always frustrating to see our employees that we pay to govern us slandering Americans rather than doing their job.
Sophia Murtaugh says she helped organize No Kings Day to protest the divisive rhetoric embraced by Texas and national politicians.
Trying to label grassroots organizing and the Proud Americans using their First Amendment rights as more radical.
We want to grow our numbers and spread our message to have a better chance of forcing administration to change their policies for the future of our university.
Parker Ayler, a member of UT Students for a Democratic Society, says he attended to stand against Trump's proposed higher education compact, which he says is nothing more than a power grab against the university.
I don't think I've met a single student, period, who has not said that this goes against the ideals of our school.
And despite the current division in American politics, Murtaugh believes this protest is a sign that more and more Americans are coming to reject and put more pressure on the current administration.
When you get out here, you see how many tens of thousands of folks care about you, are trying to protect you, and want to live in a democracy. I think it's really encouraging.
In Austin, I'm Joseph Sweeney.
After the protest, No Kings reported that over 2,700 demonstrations took place across all 50 U.S. states.
UT professor Art Markman has been dismissed from his administrative role as Senior Vice Provost for Academic Affairs because of, quote, ideological differences, end quote, according to KUT. In response, Governor Abbott posted on X that, quote, Texas is targeting professors who are more focused on pushing leftist ideologies rather than preparing students to lead our nation, unquote. Markman will still hold his faculty position in the College of Liberal Arts. A team of university-selected faculty will review UT Austin's core curriculum. The goal of the review is to find flaws and make corrections. The team will be made of 18 faculty members representing 9 of the 15 UT colleges, who will introduce their proposals by May 2026. The review comes after Texas Senate Bill 37, which requires UT to have a General Education Review Committee. The committee is required to annually review UT's core curriculum and recommend courses to cut. A federal judge blocked parts of Texas Campus Protection Act last Tuesday as a part of an ongoing lawsuit between UT Austin and Dallas students and the University of Texas system. Judge Daniel Ezra reasoned that UT's policy would lead to unconstitutional biased enforcement. This preliminary injunction has temporarily lifted the ban on overnight expressive activities and restrictions with speakers until the case's final decision. In response, free speech advocacy group, the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, has celebrated the decision as a victory for the First Amendment rights.
Early voting in Texas began today. Voters will have a say in several amendments to the Texas Constitution. In Austin specifically, residents will vote in support or against a raise in property taxes. This proposal comes after the City of Austin proposed its $6.3 billion budget in August. The Austin American-Statesman reported that if the new tax rate is approved, the owner of a $500,000 home would pay roughly $300 more a year. Texas Votes, a UT student organization, hopes to increase student voter turnout during this off-year election.
Local and statewide propositions and policies can affect students a ton, especially going to a public university. In some ways, more than the larger elections, these things have a lot of influence over our funding, taxes, our local and state policies.
The last day of early voting is October 31st. Election Day is November 4th. Texas State Rep. Gina Hinojosa announced on Wednesday that she's joining the 2026 Texas governor's race. The 5-term Democrat from Austin announced her campaign in Brownsville, her hometown, saying that she'll be fighting for public schools and working families. Hinojosa, a loud critic of Governor Greg Abbott's school voucher plan, says Texans deserve leaders who put communities first. She joins a growing Democratic field trying to unseat Abbott, who enters the race with more than $87 million in campaign funds.
Today is the deadline for a handful of universities to agree to the Trump Compact deal. The Compact for Academic Excellence in Higher Education was sent on October 1st to 9 colleges, including UT Austin. As of Sunday night, 6 universities have indicated they are not planning on signing. Around campus, students have rallied against the Compact, showing student disapproval of the Compact deal. The state legislature is launching an investigation into the deadly July 4 floods that devastated the Texas Hill Country. More than 130 people died in the disaster, including 27 at a summer camp in Kirk County. State lawmakers say the new bipartisan committee will review why warning signs failed and whether local officers were prepared. The investigation will look at how Texas can improve flood response plans and infrastructure before the year's storm season. Hearings are set to begin next month. On Wednesday, a number of journalists turned in their press badges and walked out of the Pentagon after refusing to agree to the new rules put on them by the Department of Defense. The government imposed guidelines further restricting how a journalist can get information from the Pentagon. The new rules are over 20 pages long, where the old rules were only 1 page long. Almost every news organization handed in their press badges Wednesday, including conservative-leaning organizations such as Newsmax and Fox News, in protest of the new restrictions. When we come back, two Texas football players no longer on the roster, why they're leaving and where they're headed next.
And where to get your flu shots on campus. Flu season is right around the corner. PrimeTime will be right back.
Welcome back to Primetime. Some exciting news. All UT students now have access to Canva Pro for free. To celebrate this launch, UT partnered with Canva to host an on-campus kickoff event on the corner of Speedway and Chester Center. Students got the chance to join interactive Canva sessions, explore design tools with UT branding, grab exclusive merch, and learn how the platform can enhance their student experience.
UT Senate came to campus and was like, we would love to use Canva. And so in collaboration with the central IT team at UT, they were able to unlock students for free in Canva Pro, which is a huge benefit to students.
As the world becomes more visual and as people enter the workforce and just use it for their personal interests, it's nice to have all of those doc types in one place and be able to really easily create something beautiful.
To unlock free Canva Pro access, just sign in with your UTE ID and password on the UT Canvas sign-in page.
2 players are leaving the Texas football program. Sophomore running back Jarek Gibson and senior kicker Will Stone made the decision last week. Both players intend on entering the transfer portal later this season, saving them this year of eligibility. The portal, which now only has 1 cycle, will be open from January 2nd to January 16th. Gibson did not see much playing time this season, sharing the space with many talented RBs. After the departure of Bert Auburn, Stone was yet again backup to now starter Mason Shipley. We'll have to wait and see where they end up in January. If you haven't gotten around to getting your flu shot for this season, the University Health Services flu vaccination clinics continue through the end of the month. Shots are available between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m., in the Gregory Gym Lounge through the end of October. They were also being administered in the SSB earlier this month. Students can either drop in or make an appointment through their UHS portal. Information about insurance and payment options are available on the Healthy Horns website. Stay safe this season, Longhorns.
You probably don't think about what your nose smells or your hand feels too often. But last Friday, the Texas Museum of Natural Science hosted Fest of the Senses, an after-hours party dedicated to celebrating the 5 senses and educating attendees. TSTV News' Elijah Carl has more.
Vibrant music, roasted coffee, and neon lights. Those were all a part of the Fest of the Senses, hosted by the Texas Science and Natural History Museum last Friday. The event takes guests on a journey through all 5 senses: touch, taste, sound, smell, and even sight.
It's really exciting to see that people are excited about science, excited about learning and discovering new things, and spending their time with educators and science communicators to know more about the world.
Guests could feel fossils presented by a trained paleontologist. For taste, a barista from Texas Coffee Traders demonstrated the flavors and brews from around the world. For sound, a DJ from the Queer Vinyl Collective spun records all night long. For smell, an experiment with jelly beans showed how it influences our memory and taste. And for sight, Dr. Miriam Nuri, the museum's education coordinator, showed how spectroscopy can show us beyond what the eye can see.
So I think these events really open a bridge, a door to discovery, so we can just touch the surface of science and learn a little bit more.
Elijah Carl, TSTV News.
Some of the museum's next events are an astronomy afternoon on Friday, a Dia de los Huesos or Day of the Bones event on Sunday, and a Valentine's Day celebration in February. When we come back, it's been cooler these past few days, but is it here to stay? We bring you this week's weather forecast.
And a narrow victory for Texas football against Kentucky. PrimeTime will be right back. Welcome back to PrimeTime.
As we head further into autumn, can we expect cooler weather this week? Megan Dean is here with all you need to know in this week's weather. How are you doing today, Megan?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
For tomorrow, we are still in for some more sunny skies and hot temperatures in Austin. The highest will be 86 degrees, with the lowest being 71 degrees. We should expect the sun to be out all day with a high UV index of 6. A lot of people are wondering when the fall weather will come and when cooler weather will rise. During the week, the hot Texas weather is still on the rise, with the highest being in the 86 degrees and the lowest at 60 degrees. We should expect some partly cloudy skies Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, and a 55% chance of rain on Saturday. So make sure you have your umbrella on hand. Fortunately, there is still time to wear your summer outfits until cooler weather comes around and it starts to feel more like the fall season.
Thanks, Megan, for prepping us on Austin weather.
When we come back, Texas volleyball defeats Arkansas 3-0. More on the Horns' victory.
And the Jonas Greetings from your hometown tour stops in Austin over the weekend. PrimeTime will be right back. Welcome back to PrimeTime.
Texas football narrowly defeated Kentucky on Saturday. Louis Perez has the latest for Press Box on PrimeTime. How are you doing today, Louis?
I'm doing great after an exciting weekend of Texas athletics.
Yeah, we know Texas athletics has been busy this past weekend. How did football kick things off to start?
Well, to start, heading into this one, Texas sat at 4-2 and was looking to keep its playoff hopes alive after a strong start in conference play. From the opening kickoff, Texas showed glimpses of what makes it one of the SEC's most balanced teams. The defense was stout from start to finish, holding Kentucky to just 13 points and forcing critical stops when it mattered most, including a goal line stand in overtime that proved to be strong. Quarterback Arch Manning wasn't perfect, but he made timely throws to extend drives, and special teams once again came up big. Kicker Mason Shipley was the hero of the night, drilling a 45-yard field goal in overtime to seal a 16-13 win for the Longhorns. It wasn't a dominant offensive performance, but it was a display of discipline, toughness, and clutch execution, the kind of win that builds character deep into the season.
Sounds like a win is a win to me, but Texas wins did not stop there. How was volleyball's weekend slate?
Heading into the weekend, the number 2 ranked Longhorns came into Friday's home showdown against Arkansas, riding a 14-0 record and sitting atop the NCAA with the nation's highest kills per set and assists per set averages. On Friday, Texas delivered exactly that, a polishing sweep over Arkansas 3-0 and improving to 15-0 overall and 7-0 in SEC play. In that win, Stafford recorded her 1,000th career kill, and freshman Abby Vanderwall led the team with 13 kills in her 3rd straight double-digit match. The defense held Arkansas to a 124 hitting percentage with just 31 kills. And last night against Oklahoma, Texas extended its streak to 16-0 overall and 8-0 in SEC play with a 3-1 win. The Longhorns posted a season-high 11 aces, including 4 by senior libero Emma Halter. Stafford had 17 kills and Abby Vanderwall had a career-high 15 kills, which led the offense. The Longhorns sealed the final set with a dominant .043 hitting percentage allowed.
Looks like volleyball is getting stronger every week. But there's also a lot to look forward to for the Texas men's and women's basketball teams. How are the Longhorns looking this upcoming season?
The men's basketball team enters the 25-26 season looking to rebound from a transitional 19-16 record year that marked their first in the SEC. With the arrival of head coach Sean Miller, the Longhorns are embracing a new identity built around speed, energy, and perimeter play. Returning guard Jordan Pope, who exploded for 42 points in a single game last season, headlines a roster blending veteran leadership and fresh new talent. Miller's message has been clear: play fast, play fearless, and play together. It's a season defined by change, but also by possibility. A chance for the Longhorns to reestablish themselves as a national contender under new direction. And while the men look to rediscover their spark, the women's basketball team enters this season riding after one of the most successful campaigns in program history. The Longhorns finished 35-4 after capturing an SEC regular co-championship and made a return to the Final Four for the first time since 2003. Led by SEC Player of the Year Madison Booker and floor general Rory Harmon, who has returned from injury stronger than ever, Texas has its sights firmly set on unfinished business.
Thanks, Louie, for keeping us up to date on all things sports. When we come back, the Austin Film Festival kicks off this weekend. What you need to know about this annual event.
And TCUP provides opportunities to aspiring artists. PrimeTime will be right back.
Welcome back to Primetime.
A popular boy band and F1 hit Austin. Maria Valeria is here to talk about what you need to know in music, movies, and more. How are you doing today, Maria?
I'm doing really great, thank you so much. So the Jonas Brothers performed their Greetings from Your Hometown tour in the Moody Center on October 17, where they sung popular songs such as Sucker, Cake by the Ocean, Love Me to Heaven, Leave Before You Love Me, and a few new songs from their album. They also announced there will be a Camp Rock 3 for all Disney Channel's fans, and Demi Lovato will be an executive producer instead of a director. Everyone was definitely living their Camp Rock dream and getting nostalgia with people coming from all over Texas to see these brothers that have been popular for 20 years.
Mareva, are you excited about Camp Rock 3?
I'm really excited. In fact, I really want to see, the three brothers 20 years after. I think it will be really nostalgic for all of us, yeah. So then the Formula One Grand Prix stopped in Austin this past week, bringing the world's best F1 drivers to Texas. Red Bull driver Max Verstappen took home first place at the circuit of the America's race track on Sunday. Ferrari driver Charles Leclerc finished second and McLaren driver Lando Norris came in third. Verstappen dominated the race as he started with a lead and never lost it. He currently sits third in the overall season standings. Formula One also extended its deal with the Circuit of the Americas through 2034, which means Austin will remain a spot on the F1 calendar for a while.
What do you think about Verstappen's win?
I'm happy for him. I think that all drivers did pretty well during this race, and I'm a bit nostalgic about Charles Leclerc win in Monaco because I was working there. But yeah, I'm happy for him. And it's a big week for film lovers here in Austin. The annual Austin Film Festival kicks off this Thursday. The 7-day festival will feature film screenings, guest speakers, and competitions. Christy featuring actress Sydney Sweeney will be shown on opening night. Throughout the week, attendees can expect to see documentaries, feature films, short films, and movies set right here in Austin. Badges are still available to purchase at austinfilmfestival.com.
So Maria, are you planning to go to Austin Film Festival this year?
I am planning to go. In fact, I really know, Cannes Film Festival because I'm from there, but I'm curious about Austin's one, so let's go.
Well, thank you, Mariva, for keeping us up to date on all things entertainment.
Before we go, if you happened to be walking by the FAC last Friday, you might have seen a line of arts and crafts vendors hosted by TCUP, the Texas Creative Union Project. TSTV News' Joseph Sweeney shows us how this student organization is providing opportunities to UT's up-and-coming artists.
Today I'm sewing prints, stickers, and keychains. I love drawing dogs. I have a lot of dog prints, so that's more so just me. With other people, they draw a lot of stuff for fandoms and whatnot. Our goal is to bring a community to artists, as well as make the vending process very much more easier. We know it's really difficult with normal art markets. They often have high fees in order to get a table. So our goal is to reduce these limits in order to make it so people can sell their art and just also know the people that they're selling with, right? We're trying to create a community. I know when I first came to UT, I felt very insecure about my art. I didn't really believe it was good enough to sell or anything like that. So finding an organization like TCUP was a massive help for me because it gave me a place where I could show people my art and they could give me the positive encouragement I needed, as well as any critique on the pieces I did. It was also really good because they gave me opportunities like this. I wouldn't have been able to attend an ordinary art market because of the high fees. So being able to go to TCUP made it a lot more simpler for me and just made it so I wasn't alone when I went into markets and such like this. I definitely want to pursue art as a full-time career. Admittedly, I'm more so interested in getting a job in game development, but selling my art has been really nice and it's been a good way for me to help pay tuition.
That's your Monday briefing. For more before our next show, be sure to follow Texas News Primetime on social media.
And check out our website at tstvnews.com.
Signing off, I'm McKenna Valentine.
And I'm Daniel Davila. From all of us at TSTV News, thank you for watching.
Now go out and change your world.